Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing really well. In today's video I have a kind of discussion video and more like an informative video on how to make your fragrance last longer on your skin or on yourself or on your clothes or whatever, in general, how to make your fragrance last longer so that people can smell you when you walk away, when you walk by them, or when you hang out and about, and people kind of notice, oh, you have a very nice fragrance. Oh, what fragrance are you wearing? Or, oh, I really like the scent on you. These kind of comments you like to get that makes you kind of happy in a way from people that you hang out with. Now, I'm not going to say that you need to get Eau de Parfum or a more like a concentrated version, or more like a fragrance that has the notes are more concentrated, like in terms of the sandalwood or vetiver, cedarwood, or more like a concentrated vanilla that should have like in the base notes. I mean, we all know these kind of tips and tricks in order to have like a more stronger fragrance, like a Eau de Parfum or Perfume, to make your fragrance last longer, basically, because these ones are basically, as you know, that will last more than between 8 hours or more, depending how you will react on your skin. Like, this is how the longevity of those scents are. But I'm gonna talk about like little tips and tricks that are more like a common, not like a common sense, are more like a common theme that we should kind of do, or maybe we don't do, in order to have a more long-lasting scent on yourself. So I got 10 tips. I'm gonna look down because I've got my notes in here. I got 10 tips in order to make your fragrance last longer. So grab yourself a pen and paper, or grab yourself your, grab yourself your brain. I sometimes just use my brain and just have a mental note on my brain, but whatever you do, here are my 10 tips. Tip number 1: as damp skin locks in the scent, apply the fragrance straight after showering or bathing and before getting dressed. So once your skin is wet after the shower, not like really wet, like a damp wet basically, there's the perfect time to apply your fragrance, because for some reason, once you apply the fragrance, once you have a bit of like water on your skin, when you apply the fragrance and when you let it dry down, the fragrance also dries down, and this means the fragrance lasts longer on your skin. Tip number 2: for an even more long-lasting scent, apply the perfume on moisturized skin. Choose an odorless body lotion or the lotion of the fragrance if you want to enhance the perfume exact scent. So there are two kind of tips basically in one tip. So if you want a more long-lasting scent, apply a body lotion which has no scent, like a very soft, subtle body lotion. Apply it on your body and then spray the fragrance. Or to even enhance the scent of your fragrance, there are nowadays matching body lotions of your favorite fragrance out there, so definitely go and get this, apply it on your body and then spray the fragrance, and then you have an even more long-lasting scent of your chosen scent basically. So this is a very lovely tip, and I also do this as well, and I definitely have seen some longevity on my scent. Tip number 3: spray the fragrance from at least 15 to 20 centimeters from the area of application. So some people really spray it this close, or this close basically, but no, spray it at least this kind of like away from your skin, and then let the air kind of purify it basically, because I'm getting into my next tip, and this is tip number 4. For even more diffuse effect, spray the fragrance in the air and walk through it. What I also do is some days I like to spray it kind of in the air, not away from me really, but kind of in the air, and then quickly walk through it, and then I kind of create a perfume cloud. Once I've created a perfume cloud, I kind of walk through it, and the scent is diffused on my clothes as well as on my skin, which is really good. However, if you want an even more stronger scent on your skin and you don't want to waste any scent in the air, then tip number 5 is for you: apply the fragrance on your pulse points for a more seductive effect and stronger diffusion. Pulse points, guys, are you with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to extend it, then you got your heart. Can you guys see your heart? 5. Maybe here as well if you want. Behind your knees, there's another pulse point. And that's about it. Please don't come at me if I forgot any areas, but these are the main areas. Well, the areas that I only spray is my pulse here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I also spray my heart as well, like on my chest. Yes, I do that as well. So I do 5 sprays on the fragrance and a bit more basically. So I just spray as much as I want sometimes, you know. But if you apply on the pulse points, because the pulse points are the areas which are basically heated up by your heart, by the pumps of the veins, the blood pressure, the blood circulation is basically here because it's kind of the warmest areas. Once the fragrance gets dried down and gets warmer, it kind of, the scent kind of lingers around, so you can smell it as well. Tip number 6. Wait until the fragrance has dried down on your skin before smelling it. Now, there are fragrances that you spray and then you can't really smell it instantly, but those are the fragrances that you need to let dry and cool down on your skin. So once they have completely dried down like this, then smell it and then you can smell the fragrance. Because sometimes when you spray it, even the concentration of the ingredients are not really like settled in, and then you smell it and you feel like, oh my god, I can only smell alcohol. But let it dry down, let it cool down, and then smell it, and then you will see the difference. Tip number 7, rubbing the skin after spraying the perfume will destroy the bond and alter the scent. Yes, I've seen a lot of people spraying it in here, and then rubbing it in. Honestly, I used to do this as well. I feel like this was more like a natural habit of us, that we rub the fragrance, or when we spray it, when we try out the fragrance in the store, we feel like, oh my god, I need to kind of dry this down, so we quickly do this so the fragrance doesn't kind of drip. But you need to let this dry down, because if you rub it in, you will break the molecules and you will break the fragrance, so the fragrance can't really settle down nicely, so you feel like you have wasted your scent. So yeah, I know it's a natural habit and I usually do this as well, but trust me, don't rub it, just leave it on and let it dry out. Tip number 8, if you want use the fragrance on your hair, please do not spray it directly like this in your hair, because it has alcohol. The alcohol will destroy your hair. So in order to avoid that, what you can do is spray the fragrance in your hairbrush. Apply it on your hairbrush like 1, 2, and then let it dry a little bit, and then brush your hair, and with this you have a diffusion of the scent in your hair. Simple as that, and trust me, this works and it's so good. Especially girls, like if they have the long hair and then if they do this effect, oh my god, it's so good. With us, sometimes it's quite difficult, even though I'm trying to, oh, I just shortened my hair, even though I try to grow my hair, but yeah, that's that. Tip number 9, to prolong the life of your fragrance, store it away from direct sunlight. Yes, I do have my fragrances out on my shelves as well, but they don't have direct sunlight, because the sunlight, the heat will destroy the fragrance. I was gonna say scent, but fragrance. Keep it away from sunlight. Please store it away if you can. Some people put the fragrances in the fridge, which is obviously very common, but just store it away from sunlight. Maybe store it away from the windows a little bit away, so you don't get the sunlight beaming out on your fragrance collection. And lastly, tip number 10. I just lost my track. Got it. Check when your fragrance expires. Now, I am very guilty about this. I don't really do this, but I feel like we should really kind of do it, because sometimes if you're checking or kind of keeping an eye when you have bought like your makeup, your foundation, because they all have a time frame of 12 months, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have anything close by so I can check. Even with fragrance, it has an expiry date. I'm sure you guys know which sign. I mean, I'm gonna put a picture on the screen. This sign, if you see it, basically once you've opened it, once the air goes inside, that means this is the day that the fragrance is starting down from its last days, basically. So make a note on your phone, or yeah, the best thing is just to make a note on your iPhone. I mean, on the notes, type in the fragrance that you open on this day, and then type in till when you can use it. Of course, there are people who will go a fragrance bottle within a month, within a few weeks, or there are type of people that will never use their fragrances and they'll have their fragrances for 2-3 years. With that, obviously the fragrance will expire, because obviously stuff like this is all chemicals and stuff like that. So at some point the fragrance will go off, trust me. I've seen it and I've smelled it, and having like a kind of off fragrance is not really good for your skin. And first of all, because you don't want to get kind of allergic reaction, and also the scent wouldn't really work. Nobody can smell it, and it's just like pure alcohol or pure chemicals that you're spraying on your skin, and you will destroy your skin. So maybe I should do that as well, because trust me, I have some fragrances which I honestly don't know for how long I had it for, so I need to really check and go through them as well. Anyway, so these were all my top 10 tips in order to how to keep your fragrance longer on your skin, or how to prolong the longevity on your fragrances on your skin. So I hope you guys found this video very informative and helpful. If you enjoyed this video, then please give this video a like, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like these. If there's any other suggestions you guys want me to film, then please do let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fabulous day, whatever you're doing. Until next time, I will see you very soon in my next video.